Greetings, lovely people of Ghana and beyond. This is your teacher, the celebrity teacher one. Today, I'm not happy at all. Why am I saying this? Why am I saying this? Something has pierced my heart. Why? Blacks, we are like crabs. When someone is climbing, then you see us pulling the legs. Why? It's too much. Do you know what has happened? Do you know what has happened? When I read it, Charlie, we need to be very careful about this group. Before you tweet something, before you say something, you need to be very careful about the LGBTQ plus group. Be careful about what you tweet about them, what you say about them. If not, you don't know. One day, you will get an opportunity and this group, the activists, will hold you by your necks or by your neck. We need to be very, very careful. If I tell you what has happened, let me tell you what has happened. Say a Ghanaian PhD student in US scholarship revoked after gay Ghanaian reported his abusive anti-LGBT attack to Ohio University. And do you know that person? He has gotten a scholarship where he studied PhD. At the PhD level, before you become a PhD, it's not easy. PhD, Doctor of Philosophy, scholarship. Not any other place than US of A, Ohio. It has been revoked. It has been revoked. All because of what he tweeted about the LGBT plus group. Let me read it to you, and you will see. Next time when you are tweeting, you need to be very careful. Derek Bwedi Sechi, a Ghanaian student in the United States of America, had his scholarship revoked after a vitriolic tweets against LGBT Ghanaian were discovered. Did you hear that? His scholarship has been revoked. Then it means you're going to pay. And you even went there because of scholarship. Can you pay? PhD. Look at what's happened. What has happened? Yo, Papa Kojo, an LGBT activist from Ghana, discovered the assault after receiving a threat from Sechi. That is Papa Kojo, the one who went and then reported him. It's called Papa Kojo. After receiving his profile, Papa Kojo discovered that Sechi had recently begun a PhD in biological science at Ohio University in the United States of America. Biological science, not any other subject or any other course. Biological science. Biological science. And the scholarship has been revoked. All because of what he tweeted. So we need to be mindful about what we say about this particular group. If you don't like them, keep mute. If you don't do it, be quiet. Leave them all. They are very powerful. It's an advice that I'm giving to you, my fellow brothers and sisters. You. The scholarship was bizarrely intended for members of the LGBTQ plus community, applicants from the global south, first generation students, and individuals with disabilities. So that's scholarship. People who are in that group, disability, people who are disabled, they have to go for that scholarship. And he is not part of the LGBT. Maybe you may be a disabled, I don't know. But since he is not part of the LGBT, and he tweeted again, it means he's an anti-LGBTQ plus group. And because of that, he did not, or his scholarship has been revoked. Now, can you pay? PhD, Doctor of Philosophy, not even a degree course. or a master degree or a second degree course. This one is PhD. Chai. Problem don't come. Realizing the contradiction, Kojo wrote a letter to the university informing them of the attack he had received from Sechi and attaching other abusive and offensive posts Sechi had made against the LGBT community in Ghana. You see, so when Papa Kojo was writing a letter, he attached all the abusive and offensive words he used on him together and sent it to the university authorities. Are you ready? Now listen, he wrote on Twitter, one individual has sent me death threats and I have just reviewed his profile. He has incited hatred for years. Listen, in one of his most recent tweets, he admitted to setting up a homosexual man to be beaten and blackmailed. They threatened to take Amma to a pub if she consent to his corrective rape. And you know that Amma that we're talking about, Amma governor. And you know the issue between Amma governor and then Chief Justice. You know how hot it has become. Amma was refused to call to bar because of his utterances and whatever what have you, and that thing is still hanging. Yo, I discovered his name. This is Papa Kojo is talking. I discovered his name and details on Lightning and he relocated to the United States 2 weeks ago to begin a PhD program in Ohio. This is about to get a bloody messy as hell in the coming days. So please hold on for dear life. That is Papa Kojo. This deal is about to get a bloody messy as hell in the coming days. So I urge everyone to hold on tight. In response to his letter to the university, he was informed that Sechi's scholarship had been suspended pending review. And they are not going to review. Now, even this one, by all means, look at where it is coming from. Do you think it will be easy for Sechi? No way. Now let's know. If you are a homophobic, avoid progressive funding and scholarship. That is it. So if you don't like homosexuals, say avoid their scholarship and stay your somewhere. That is it. That is it. So we need to be very careful. We need to be very mindful. You know, now the bill in the parliament, anti-LGBT, what do you call it, bill and so on and so forth, the brouhaha. So they are also wild. We need to be very, very, very careful. We need to be mindful about what we say, what we tweet, what we say about them. They are very powerful. They are very, very powerful. They have money. So please, this is an advice. Sure. So you see, this is what has happened. Oh, this is what has happened. So now his scholarship is in a mess. His scholarship is in a mess. He doesn't know whether he's going to take it or so revoke it. It's left with him and his God. So please, sometimes what we say, the kind of message we send across, the tweets, we can do something, we can say something. Maybe one day, not today, one day, we will have a very big position, very big office. Then it will show it to you. You said this. You said this some time ago. So you need to be very careful about the kind of information we put across on our Twitter, all the social handles. We need to be very, very careful. We need to be very, very, very careful. Maybe one day you will get your sweetest position, you are very happy with it. Then they will use that cross on you. They will use that cross on you. So please, my advice is, if you don't like that group, you keep quiet. Don't say it. Don't go about and be saying it. You don't know what will happen. Now, your golden opportunity will go down just like that. And Ghanaians too, Abba. This thing, you don't go and say it and go. We are Africans. We are our own enemies. We are our own enemies. This thing that you are going to report. And so what? And so what? Your own fellow man or fellow Ghanaian. And what will you gain from it? Yes, if they revoke his scholarship and maybe he doesn't get money to continue it, he will come back home. What would you have achieved? What will you have achieved? So we need to be very, very careful. We are too dangerous. We are too dangerous. We are too dangerous. He tweeted something and so what? And so what? If you are that, if you are this, if he's your brother, where from the brotherly love? So you do like this group more than your fellow brother or your brother, your own personal person? Hey, Ghanaians, you need to be very careful. Blacks, you need to be very careful. Choosing a group over your own brother. That is where the world has gotten to. After all, it was said in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 to 5. That definitely that day will come, and it has come. No, there will be no love. And it is true. People are now loving certain things more than their fellow human beings. So, viewers, this is an advice for my cherished viewers. Please, we need to be very careful, mindful, circumspect, and decorum about our utterances, our speeches, our talks, our messages, our tweets. Someone who can just sit on a social media platform and be insulting people just like that. You know where you will find yourself one day? You know where you find yourself one day? One day you become a prominent person, and that thing you said will be used against you. Will be used against you. So I think a word to a wise is enough. A word to a wise is enough. In fact, I'm peeved. I'm sad. It's not easy to get that scholarship. Biological science, PhD. Let's pray so that they will get change of mind for my man, Sechi Buedi. Until then, I say goodbye.